Hello, my name's Jo. I'd like to invite you to join me on my journey. I think there's a lot of people out there who'd like to do what I'm currently doing. So I thought I'd start this channel so you could join me, see the highs, the lows, the successes, the failures. There's going to be plenty of everything here, I think. I won't pretend I know exactly what I'm doing all the time.
No, you don't. Nah, I got it. You filming? Oh, rubbish.
Just to help you decide, maybe if you're thinking about doing this yourself, whether to make the leap or whether to just hold off a bit and do some more research before you do. There's absolutely no guarantees here that what I'm doing is going to work out, but I'm hopeful. I wouldn't have done this without at least hoping that I have some chance of success. This here is Ari. You'll be seeing plenty of him too. This is my dog. He's a Rottweiler. 51 kilos of love. He'll be popping in and out of this channel without question, doing some very strange things, I imagine. I'm here on my 30-acre field. I'd like to share my journey with you so you can just make more informed decisions if you do decide to go forward. This is difficult, it is possible though, so I'd like to give you hope, but I'd like to give you realistic hope. It's challenging. There's going to be a few ums and ahs because I'm not used to speaking to a camera. This is the first time I've done this, so apologies for that. Hopefully it'll get better. So last year I sold my home and bought a 30-acre field. It's lovely here. As you can see, I've now got my mobile home on the field. It is all legally here. I haven't just moved on. I will go through all the planning details with you. That might be a bit dry, I won't lie to you. It's a very complicated process here in the UK. There are a lot of laws. There's a lot of very old laws that you're dealing with as well as new laws. So it is a very complicated process, but you can do it and you can do it legally, which I highly recommend. England is a green and pleasant land. It really is very pretty. I know the sun is not shining for us today. This is Ari's job on the farm. He is the chief hole digger. Yeah, we have tried to stop it. He is not understimulated. He gets a lot of walking every day. I also run a pet care business, so he has lots of friends come and we go walkies several times a day, but he just likes digging holes. And if he's happy, I'm happy. My aim with this channel is firstly for it to serve as a video journal for me, but also I want it to help others decide whether they want to take the leap and to do something like what I'm doing here, or maybe decide to spend a bit more time researching before they do. There's absolutely no guarantees that things are going to work out here, and for now you're going to be a couple of months behind me, as I can't be giving too much away. You just don't know who's watching and it is a complicated legal process being here. Anyway, if you're still watching, thank you. As I've said, my name's Jo and I'd like to welcome you to my big little smallholding dream. So yeah, my dream. I've always wanted to have a little smallholding. That's not an easy thing to get in the south of England. They are very expensive. Housing here is very expensive. Housing with land is in the millions generally. There's no easy way to do it. My career didn't really allow for millions of pounds worth of house. I was in the ambulance service for 21 years, which I very much enjoyed. But I sustained an injury and I had to find something else to do. So yeah, change of career, change of lifestyle, and it's all going well. Back last year I sold my house. It was a nice 4-bedroom house. I was quite settled there. I sometimes still think I was mad, and bought this field with a view to creating a good sized smallholding here. after I sold my house, I moved into a mobile home park for 10 months, I think it was. It was nice living there actually, but then finally got planning permission for the barn and the polytunnel and the field track, so that meant that I could now move my mobile home onto the field. As you can see here, I'm on clay. Mud is one of the biggest issues I'm dealing with at the moment. I do have planning permission for the farm track that will go all around the field really, and will come up here as well. But yeah, it's pretty wet. We've had a lot of rain this autumn. Hoping it starts to dry out soon because I can't make the track whilst it's underwater. So yeah, that's on the list, along with many other things. As you can also see, I've started the polytunnel. It's a 36 foot by 30 foot polytunnel. The aim here is to be both self-sufficient and to sell fruit and veg that I make here. When you're looking for land, you want to find land with decent road access. I think that's important, just for your own sake really. You don't want to be dealing with complicated access issues. You also want to look for your amenities. So I've got electricity poles on my land. I've got 4 of them and a stay. I've also got a water connection down by the gate. It'll be very easy to put a water connection in. There are some complications with that at the moment, but we'll get into that another day. But hopefully we will soon have water for livestock, which will be coming soon. When I first came here, I had no amenities obviously at all. As I've already said, I still don't have water, but I do now have electricity. Having lived here with nothing, it turned out that the thing I missed most was the fridge. It was very difficult. I mean, admittedly it was summer, but it was very difficult not being able to keep a pint of milk in the house really. It was frustrating having to go shopping every day to get some food, so the fridge, so therefore electricity was the priority. I looked at getting a connection to the mains, but they wanted about 19.5 grand for that, which is a lot of money, and then I'd have to pay electricity bills on top of that. So instead I have a friend who works for a solar company, and he very generously put me in touch with his boss, who gave me a good deal on some solar. So I've got a setup here. I've got 8 panels I think, front and back of the roof, and then I've got 2 batteries. I think I've got 11 kilowatts of battery storage here. Yeah, so it works well. It does work well, but the weather is not playing ball this last couple of weeks. So I've been very low on power, but it's enough to run a few lights and the TV, if nothing else, and the fridge, obviously, which is important. So yeah, that's where we've gone with power. This is our polytunnel. I keep saying our. This is my polytunnel. It's 30 foot by 36 feet. It's been quite challenging, to say the least, to get this far. We had to dig 14 50cm cubed holes, which doesn't sound a lot, but when you're digging through rock hard clay, which we were at the time, we had to get hammer and chisel and everything out to get through it. It was quite a challenge. We ended up moving about 5 tons of soil, and it was hard work, but we got there. Getting the frames up was actually easier than I thought. It took 3 of us and 1 day to get the structure actually up. There's still a lot to do. Doors are next. I do need to get a wriggle on with it. It's kind of fallen behind at the moment because work's been so busy. But to keep the planners happy, I do need to carry on getting stuff built. The farm track I can't do at the moment because of the water, and the barn foundations as well. I've got the same problem. The barn will be going next to the polytunnel, staggered back so it doesn't take its sunlight. So yeah, that's the next step. When I first bought the field, it had been fallow for 2 years, so the weeds had really taken hold. It used to be used for summer and winter maize each year from the farmer who had it previously. So there was a lot of weeds. We had a lot of work. But happily we've got it down to grass now. To do this myself probably would have cost me around £7,000, which is a lot of money again to spend when I'm already spending a lot of money. But there are deals to be done with local farmers. I was very lucky. I actually met a local farmer. He came to do the hedges here, and he mentioned that he was a hay farmer. He grows grass for hay, and he was interested in using my field. So that's what we've done. I just paid for the grass seeds and he did all the work. So that was a fabulous arrangement. He's now going to take the hay off here for the next few years, apart from the top 5 acres which I need in the first instance to start my small holding. So I guess the big question is, what's my plan here? What am I aiming to do? I'd like to be self-sufficient, obviously, which I should be more than able to do on 30 acres. I'd also like to have some livestock. That's the aim. I want to sell the produce I can make here and raise here. Yeah, the aim is to be a farmer on a very small scale. As I say, it's only 30 acres. But it's my little 30 acres and my little piece of England. Hello, my name's Jo. I'd like to invite you to join me on my journey. Scratch my ear.
These are going to be the bloopers.
Right in it. What was I going to say?
Hello?
Oh, it's my husband here, my love.